Well, hello there viewers. It's IamShaoKahn91. And yes, I use text-to-speech to review this movie due to my microphone doesn't work, and I want to review this movie so that's it. Anyway, let's begin. Resident Evil. When I first heard about this movie I was thrilled. I was hyped up to finally see a live-action Chris, Jill, Barry, Wesker, Rebecca etc. But did it live up to its hype? Definitely not. What we got instead was an abomination and a disgrace to the games. I don't care if it was originally supposed to be a prequel to the first game, it still sucks. And to think Alice is even in the game universe makes my blood boil. That fucking bitch shouldn't even exist in the movie universe to begin with. She shouldn't exist in any universe to be literally honest again. Now, listen, I don't hate it because it doesn't follow the games, but because it's a poorly written and directed movie. And it isn't scary. And Mila can act. And she looks like a man. The truth hurt, doesn't it? But anyway, to the history of this movie. In 1999, Sony and Capcom greenlit a Resident Evil film, with George A. Romero signed on as the film's director and screenplay writer. Romero's association with Capcom, the Resident Evil video game series creators, had extended from 1998 when Romero directed an ad campaign for Biohazard 2, Resident Evil 2, in Japan. Romero stated in an official appearance in Universal Studios' Talk City chat room that he had his secretary play the entire game through and record the gameplay so he could study it as a resource. Romero's screenplay revolved around the plot of the Arclay incident and included characters from the Resident Evil video games. Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine were the lead characters involved in a romantic relationship in which I don't mind, unlike all straightforward gamers who only thinks action is better than story. Yeah sure, when I play a game I don't care for the story, but it would be a nice change in the RE franchise to be honest. But also Capcom, gone from straight to gay. I mean come on, they censored the kiss in Darkside Chronicles. Even Uwol wouldn't be that kind of gay. Sure he is, but not like that. Barry Burton, Rebecca Chambers, Ada Wong and Albert Wesker were to also appear. The ending to the film would have been similar to that of the Resident Evil video game. Romero's script was disapproved of and production was placed into development hell. Capcom producer Yoshiki Okamoto explained to the editors of Electronic Gaming Monthly that Romero's script wasn't good, so Romero was fired. In February 2000, Romero revealed in an interview with DGA magazine that I don't think they were into the spirit of the video game and wanted to make it more of a war movie, something heavier than I thought it should be. So I think they just never liked my script. As Romero's script was a close, but not full, adaptation of the game, Capcom believed fans would feel that the film had been altered too much from the game, and that newcomers would dislike the premise, which was an idiotic move from Capcom. Hired by Sony, Paul W.S. Anderson, a fucking douchebag, wrote a screenplay, which was ultimately favored over Romero's, which was very odd. In late 2000, Anderson was announced as director and writer, and Resident Evil re-entered pre-production stages. Anderson stated the film would not include any tie-ins with a video game series as underperforming movie tie-ins are too common in Resident Evil, of all games, deserved a good celluloid representation. Which is funny, cause he gave us what was the opposite of that. So anyway, unlike the game, this immediately starts down in the underground facility underneath a mansion. Sure, the mansion gets only freaking 2 minutes of screen time, literally. When they get down there the computer got nuts. Blah blah blah. A story ripped out from 2001, A Space Odyssey. The computer is named the Red Queen, which I find it funny, she's a freaking kid. That would make her the Red Princess. But whatever. And Paul flat out said that he thinks a girl with British voice is sexy. A girl? A 10-year-old? Fucking pedophile. He shouldn't be near kids, that's for sure. Don't believe me, listen to the commentary for the movie. For such an idiots the characters are in this movie, they've only sent 12 men to investigate. Since they should send more when they knew this would happen. And why bring Alice with them? All she does is stare and doesn't do shit. Well, later yeah, but even that comes out to be really stupid. I mean kick a dog in the air. That's not how Resident Evil should be. It was a shame they included that in the Dark Side Chronicles. Resident Evil should be about fucking horror, not Mary Sue bitches flying around and kicking poor dogs in the head. Milla is an animal abuser. Poor dog. He deserved an Oscar for this movie. He was the only actor that tried to act. Anyway, the story about the computer gone mad they have to escape drags on in the whole movie. When we eventually see a zombie, he looks like a mental patient that escaped from an asylum. Zombies aren't white, neither is human when they're dead. We turn gray. And I hate how this movie is censored from blood, which was stupid. The same stupid story goes on and on until they finally escapes. A licker appear but die. Pointless really. Then a bunch of scientists comes and kidnap them for some reason instead of killing them for knowing about this to experiment on them, which I don't wanna even talk about how stupid that really is. Even Resident Evil 5 Wesker would think that was stupid. Do we see a character from the games? Yes and no. They say Birkin is in the ending but later changed to some other guy, but I don't really care since this movie sucked. The final rating 4 out of 10. One, because the music was the only good about this movie, especially Marilyn Manson's score. Otherwise it would get a 2 out of 10. Stupid movie, Paul should kill himself and somebody should reboot the franchise. But wait, there's sequels? This actually got sequels. Man, Hollywood